Pronounced good afternoon, bonjour. It's Bank Holiday Saturday and luckily it's dry, so I'm going to take Lily out for a spin on one of the local roads. It's a road that you'll probably know quite well. It's the A4069 or the Black Mountain Pass. And what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about the history of it. It's got quite a fascinating history. It celebrated its 200th birthday last year, believe it or not. So I'm heading off from home, going through Bryn Aman, which is a former mining town. Pretty much a champion of the Welsh language. A lot of Welsh speakers in Bryn Aman in the past and now. And it got its name from Bryn Aman House, which was owned by the local millionaire, a guy called John Jones Bryn Brain, who, I think I pronounced it Bryn Brain right, who constructed the road with his son that I'm going to ride up, the Black Mountain Pass. So I'm about to get changed and head off, and I'll catch you at the top end of Bryn Aman and tell you a little bit about the Black Mountain Pass and its history. See you then. Here I am, just gone through Bryn Aman, and just behind me, if I turn around, you can see the sign for the Brecon Beacons National Park. I'm now on the bottom of the Black Mountain Pass. The road was constructed around 200 years ago by a guy called John Jones Bryn Brain, and the reason being, the top of this road, there's a quarry called Herbert's Quarry, and it was a limestone quarry. And it had two functions. The limestone was burnt to make fertiliser and building materials. Bryn Aman was also the source of a coal mine, so the road was built to take coal up to the lime kilns, and on the north side of the mountain, that's going downhill over the top, that's where all the lime was used to fertilise the fields. So there's quite a bit of history to it. I think the original planning permission was applied for in 1813. That's something called the Toll Gate Act. It was actually a toll road. We're at the top of the Black Mountain Pass now, and this is the entrance to Herbert's Quarry. And you can see the remnants of the industrial process that was here. The actual quarry stopped quarrying in the 1950s, believe it or not. And if you look at the limestone in front of us, there's 3 or 4 caves in there as well, which are usually explored by professional cavers, people like the South Wales Caving Club. And if we look northwards, you can see the mountain drops away to agricultural lands, and just about a mile down the road there's a hairpin bend which is called Tro Cuckoo in Welsh, or Cuckoo's Turn, and you're meant to actually say the name of the bend when you go around it. You won't miss it. I'll film that because it really is a sharp hairpin. Well folks, I got a confession to make. It's now Sunday. The last clip you saw was Saturday. I came down the hill, thought I'd filmed it. When I got home, found out the camera wasn't turned on. So it was a bloody good excuse to come back today. And if you can probably see behind me, the sky is blue and there's hardly a cloud in sight. So it's a fantastic day to be out. So I'm going to go down the hill again now, and I will make sure the camera is on. And within a short space of time, you'll see the hairpin known as Cuckoo's Turn. And then I'm going to head, probably not up to Llangadog, I'm going to go over the mountain towards a tiny little settlement called Llandysant, which is also the home of the Red Kite Feeding Centre. And there's a nice straight road up there to Lane. It's not a fast road, but it's got a Roman fort on it, which is quite a nice thing to see, thinking it's 2,000 years old. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Ta-da. hopefully you'll be able to hear me because it's quite windy up here. But that ridge you can see up there is actually the edge of a Roman marching camp. So around 2,000 years ago, there would have been somewhere between 4,000 and 6,000 men marching as a legion, and a couple of thousand of them would get up pickaxes and spades, dig a trench, and then use the spoil from the trench to make an embankment. They put sharpened stakes on it. And every Roman legionary camp was laid out the same way, so they had a system going on. They might just do this for one night. The idea was you could protect the legion and you'd have guards on duty to stop any ambushes, and to think these things are still around 2,000 years on. But I've got a massive admiration for the Romans. They've an awful people, really, absolutely cruel and barbaric, but they really did have organisation sorted out. And sadly I don't have a drone, because you can actually see the shape of it. If you have a drone or you're up in an aircraft, you can actually see it's a square. There's another one just near Trocastle as well, called a Pigun, where there's two marching camps actually built on top of one another. And if you walk up there, you can actually see the mound where the spoil is put from the ditch. Anyway, ancient Rome, my anorak. Now where I'm stopped now, you can see a forest, and a couple of kilometres past that forest there's actually a crash site of a Lancaster bomber from World War II. There's not a lot left of the bomber now. There's a couple of pieces from the engine, that's all. But it's right on the foothills of the Carmarthen Bands, which are over there, which I think are the most beautiful part of the Brecon Beacons Park. And there's 30 aircraft crash sites up here altogether. I've done a couple of videos on the Wellington and the Vampire as well, but so there's 30, and the latest one was in the 1960s. A Vulcan went down, but given that was the height of the Cold War and they were part of our nuclear defence, I think every nut and bolt from that was cleared up. And there's a little car park down there which I attempted to stop at, but as you can see, it's Bank Holiday Sunday and it's full of humans, and I don't really want to see anybody. So I'm going to push on now down this road to Trocastle. Well, on my way to Trocastle, I nearly had a head-on with a car on the wrong side of the road coming around a bend. So I did exactly what the highway code doesn't say. Turned round, chased him, scared the bejesus out of him. Stupid twat. Lots of cyclists out today, so you have to stop every few hundred yards to go past them. So I've just found a remote part of the Beacons now. It's quite near me. Not many people know about it, and it's a secret location, so I'm not going to tell you. And I've just had my lunch here now, and I'll be heading home. But all in all, a lovely ride, and I'll see you again next time.